Sup fam, so happy Halloween, and today, well, today's the day. So today will be my new controversial video. So today we're going to do another Blu-ray review of Scream Factory's Friday the 13th collection, Deluxe edition. Coming up right now, and I hope you guys enjoy the show. All right, quiet on set. Scene one, take one. Action. Now, before I get on to review, I want to let you guys know, if you guys like this video, make sure you guys leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And make sure you share with your friends, and also you guys make sure hit that bell for notifications. It really does help the channel a lot. All right, so I'm not going to get on to the films themselves. I'm just going to get on with a few tech specs. Each film was shot in 35mm film. So actually, since doing further research on it, they are derived from a 4K and 2K DI. And with the exception of part 3, the original Paramount 8, as I like to call it, are in the original and full 1.85:1 aspect ratio, and part 3, including the 2D and 3D version, are in 2.35:1 aspect ratio. And same thing goes with the New Line Cinema / Warner Brothers films, with the exception of Freddy vs. Jason and the remake, Jason Goes to Hell. Both theatrical and uncut versions and Jason X are in the original and full 1.85:1 aspect ratio, and Freddy vs. Jason and the remake are in 2.35:1. Each film is presented in the original DTS HD Master Audio Mono and 5.1 DTS HD Master Audio, with the exception of Freddy vs. Jason and the remake, which are presented in Dolby True HD. So let's get on to the video. Let me just get on with the first 4 movies, and I just gotta say, since they're from the new 4K scan from the original camera negative, each of the first original films looks spectacular, perfect as hell. Let's just start off with the first one. Basically, even though the film is grainy, it should be grainy because it's a low budget, awesome film, but it's still filled with vibrant colors. Blacks are black, whites look white, and the colors, well, even though they're vibrant, they're not always vibrant, they're muted, but they're supposed to look like that because it's supposed to set a dreary mood. And the film is sharp and crystal clear throughout. Well, it's not sharp all the way because of the camera lenses shot at the time, but still, the film looks the best it ever can, especially in its original uncut form. Both theatrical and uncut versions of the original film look great. Part 2, since the budget is a bit higher, it was just shot with better stock, and oh my god, again, I can say the same thing about what I said part 1. Vibrant colors, sharp as hell, crystal clear, grainy in the great way, and not all the time vibrant, but with muted colors, which looks great. And man, Friday the 13th part 2, I grew up with that DVD, and man, such a long way to come by. Part 3, since it was shot in 3D cameras, it's gonna look a bit more grainier, more blurry looking, and more softer look, but it still looks sharp, crystal clear, and pretty vibrant. The 2D version looks actually pretty good, even though of course it's not gonna look perfect by some so-called 4K experts on YouTube. This is gonna be a controversial video after all. Still, the film looks phenomenal. In the 3D version, I haven't seen it, but what I've heard, it looks spectacular, with the exception of the credits list, but heck, I'm glad that Shout Factory is doing a replacement disc program for that. Part 4, amazing, and I'm glad that they stuck with the original color palette with the muted tones how Joseph Zito intended. Well, but then again, the colors still look vibrant. The film still looks vibrant in a way. It looks amazing, especially near the 3rd act where Jason is stalking and killing everybody, especially when he's going after Tommy and Trish Jarvis. It's just amazing. Of course, again, I got to say, grainy, but still healthily grainy when it should be. Colors look vibrant and also with muted colors still when it's supposed to. And it's sharp and crystal clear. It looks phenomenal. And I'm pretty sure you guys have heard of this one 4K reviewer who praised the 4K version of the final chapter, part 4, but he still says, oh, the colors are not as vibrant as I personally want to. I know it's all opinion, but still, it's not what I wanted. I know this is your opinion. I know it's his opinion, but here's the thing. It's what the director intended. I mean, part 4 has always had a muted color to it too, when you think about it. Even I had the Deluxe edition DVD, going from DVD to VHS to now to Blu-ray, and now with this new 4K transfer, the colors look pretty much the same. It's just that they're more refined and vibrant, actually, in my opinion. Did we see the same transfer, Mr. 4K reviewer guy? I'm not really attacking you or anything like that, but I'm just saying, let's just say that I'm actually coming to a respectful disagreement. Even though I do come off a bit condescending and rude, heck, I'd rather not give you guys a boring ass performance when I'm talking about these movies. All right, now since we're done with the new 4K trends, let's get on with the other half of the Paramount 8. Part 5, Part 6, and Part 7 and Part 8 all come from the same old 2009, as far as I know, 2K transfers. So these are true HD transfers. That's a good thing. So raw transfers too. So let's just get on with it. Well, since they don't get new transfers, well, we'll get on to Part 6. Part 5 has finally, instead of, because the old tin set had Part 5 and 6 sharing their own disc, and Part 7 and 8 have the same thing, sharing their own disc too. But now, since all 4 films have their own very own individual disc, they all get a higher bit rate and a new encode. So Part 5 looks phenomenal as hell. It looks pretty sharp, even though it's not a new transfer. But then again, I feel like Shout Factory kind of tweaked the colors and tweaked the bit rate a bit so it can look the best it can without any manipulation. So Part 5 looks great, and of course it looks grainy, but it still looks great. It looks sharp, crystal clear, and colors are pretty well refined. Part 6, same thing. Sharp, crystal clear, and grainy, but it looks amazingly well balanced, especially since the budget of that film was high. It was pretty high for its time, for a low budget horror film. The camera had better cameras and better film stock, so it looks great. And the colors are refined especially, so I'm glad, since Part 6 is my favorite, they finally color corrected it how the film should look, or how it looked originally in theaters that a lot of fans had a problem with in the previous editions. So thank you, Shout Factory, for that. Part 7, again, grainy, but but it still looks good, crystal clear, sharp, and colors are really refined. It's amazing. Same thing goes to Part 8. Grainy, but it's supposed to look how it should look, like razor sharp, crystal clear, and colors are refined. Oh my goodness, Part 8, Jason X Manhattan looks really good, especially at night times when he's in Manhattan. It looks damn good. All right, now let's get on with Jason Goes to Hell. Both the theatrical and uncut came from a new 2K scan from Newsroom Interpositives, with the uncut version having HD inserts on it. So both cuts look phenomenal. So again, grain is refined like crazy, so it's great. Grain looks great. Colors are more vibrant and refined. It looks crystal clear and sharp. It looks amazing. Well, not crystal clear because it does look soft in some shots, but it still looks phenomenal. But unfortunately, the uncut version has a glitch in it where there's a missing uncut scene, and it kind of the audio goes kind of out of sync for a moment. But again, Shout Factory is replacement this program, so awesome. Now let's get on with Jason X. Again, new 2K scan from the user positive. Again, grainy, but it looks really good. It's soft looking in some spots, but hey, is how it was shot. But the colors are vibrant, and it's crystal clear looking. It's pretty damn sharp for a 2K scan. It looks great, especially at the third act when Jason becomes Uber Jason. Man, I never noticed how shiny his suit looks. And here's a quick thing. All right, for Freddy vs. Jason and the remake, these are the exact same Warner Brothers / New Line Cinemas discs that were commissioned. So I believe Freddy vs. Jason has an MPEG-4 AVC, and I know for a fact that the remake has a VC1 encode. But again, these films look phenomenal. Freddy vs. Jason, in my opinion, looks better because it's shot with more modern film stock and cameras, and of course it looks very HD. Grain is really not that existent, so it looks amazingly perfectly balanced. The colors are freaking vibrant as hell. It's sharp, and it's holy shit, it's very detailed. And what can I say? It looks crystal clear, especially is the clearest one. It's amazing. I actually say it's more crystal clear than the remake. And then speaking of the remake again, grain is pretty much really good, crystal clear, sharp, and well, detail is very present, but it does look a little soft at some shots. Again, it was the way it was shot, director's intended. And now let's get on with the audio. So I'm just gonna start off with the first Paramount 8. The original mono tracks sound amazing. I'm used to listening to the mono tracks before I got into the 5.1 mixes for the Deluxe Edition DVDs, but man, all the mono tracks sound perfect as hell. Even though there's some areas where they're muffled, it's supposed to sound like that because that's how it was recorded in post-production, so awesome. They both sound crystal clear. They're pretty loud, especially because with parts 1 and part 2, they sound pretty quiet, but they're loud when they're supposed to be, which is awesome, but it's damn well balanced. But when I popped in part 3, even though I had it on low volume, it just boom, it was loud, and the music, the opening disco intro by Harry Manfredini hit my speakers. I'm like, okay, that's too loud, I gotta turn it down. But yeah, part 4 sounds phenomenal too. So they all sound crystal clear. They're actually pretty loud and bombastic, and man, they just are well mixed and well balanced. The 5.1 mixes, I don't really watch them as much. Luckily, the 5.1 mixes, they took the old dual mono tracks and they just spread these sound effects around. But while I do like I don't mind having most of the action coming from the front channels and just sometimes action coming from the rear channels. When it comes to Friday the 13th, when they took those tracks, they don't sound that great on the rear channels, honestly. They're not as active as you can say maybe Gremlins or War of the Worlds, the new remix, how you have a sonic boom action, even though most of the stuff is happening from the rear, from the front channels. The rear channels hit when they're supposed to hit. So it's not mostly when there's outside scenes, the rear channels do become active, but not as much. But hey, the mono tracks is where it's at. And also the stereo mixes for basically part 6 through 8 sound perfect. Again, loud, crystal clear, bombastic, and damn well mixed. I'm just glad they restored the monos and stereos mix for those. But the surround mix sound amazing in Jason Goes to Hell and Jason X. So again, loud, bombastic, crystal clear, and damn well mixed. All films surround everything. The rear channels hit when it's supposed to hit, and most of the action is happening towards the front speakers, but still, it sounds amazing. Now, with the Dolby Digital HD surround mixes for Freddy vs. Jason and the remake, again, amazing. Freddy vs. Jason, in my opinion, is if you don't have these the Dolby Atmos or whatever, like my surround sound system is, it's still in my opinion, these mixes hold up. Especially for Freddy vs. Jason's, holy shit. Even though it does not have the 6.1 DTS HD master audio from the 10 set, the 5.1 mix I'm fine with, man. It is so amazing. It's active all around, especially in the end credits scenes. When there's blood moving around in the streets, you can hear it around. So holy shit, especially the fight scenes, you can hear all the blood slashing even surrounding you everywhere. It's loud, bombastic, crystal clear, and it's just well balanced. And the remake, same thing goes with the remake. With all the jump scares happening, again, you're surrounded, like you feel like you're at Camp Crystal Lake. It's just amazing. Again, loud, bombastic, crystal clear, and it's just so well balanced. The audio mixes are just perfection in my opinion. Just as the transfers themselves. Yeah, I know a lot of them don't get new transfers, but still, they look amazing. Now, special features wise, so here's what I really want to talk about. Again, I'm not going to talk about all the bonus features, so I'm just going to talk about what I want to highlight. But before that, all I got to say is this is how you do a box set. This is how you bring people to the next format. A lot of these big studios don't really follow this a lot. So this is what happens. Shout Factory took all the bonus features from Paramount, Warner Brothers, New Line Cinema, and put them all here with new bonus features. Shout Factory included everything. Everything is here. All the deluxe edition featurettes, all of the from Crystal Lake to Manhattan featurettes are here. Tales from the Cutting Room Floor, the Friday the 13th Chronicles, the featurettes, basically that mockumentary, and the Tales from Camp Blood short fan films are here. They're all here, but I want to highlight what's new. So the deleted gore scenes from part 2, there is no audio unfortunately, but it's such an understatement. This is the highest quality possible, and man, I'm not gonna tell you how the deleted scenes, crazy, all that, but all I'm gonna say is, according to legends and myth, that includes those deleted, all those little gory scenes, how they all well described by the people, by all these, from all of the fans and everything like that, talking about how well detailed and gory the effects are. Yeah, it's true. Especially, of course, the Sandra and Jeff scene. That's there, but there's a lot more stuff that was in there. Unfortunately, the scene where Pamela's head opens her eyes at the end, it's not on the tape at all. It's not on the uncut scenes. I've heard that that one's actually lost forever, but hey, hopefully it'll resurface someday. I love that. Also, it comes with 2 bonus features, but the ones I want to highlight right now I want to talk about the featurette about Steve Miner, how it highlights his career, his entire career, not just talking about parts 2 and 3. It talks about his involvement with the House movies and Halloween H2O, and also he talks about his canceled Godzilla 3D project, which never came to fruition. And as a Godzilla fan, that is amazing to hear from his perspective. It's such an honor. I also like the Harry Manfredinis from Chicago to Connecticut Connecticut, I believe. 30 to 36 minutes, and it is so intriguing. He talks about how he made music for porn, for kids films, and I believe, yeah, he talks about Friday the 13th, but he also talks about his college years in Chicago, which as a Chicagoan, it's so nice to hear about that. The Sean S. Cunningham feature, the first one, when you pop in, the first bonus it's actually an intriguing thing. He talks about the legacy of Friday the 13th, how he didn't think that, oh, it was such a small, low-budget film, but it became such a huge franchise. When I popped in this too, the bonus is this too, man, it's such an honor to finally have a high-quality version of Alice Cooper's He's Back, the Man Behind the Max music video. And the sound effects and the music just sounds great. It's so high quality, it's amazing. Even though, yes, it's recorded in a Betamax or VHS tape, or it was finished at a Betamax or VHS tape, it's phenomenal just to have finally a high quality version. And you also get a featurette on the making of that music video, where Alice Cooper was in a webcam interview, but still, and this, of course, his audio is out of sync, but still, it's such an honor to see the man talk. And he talks about his agent. He just talks about behind the scenes, and also about writing the music of Part 6, the Teenage Frankenstein, and all that stuff. It just sounds great. I also saw the Tom McLaughlin Cemetery featurette, which is, man, I love hearing about that. He talks about like, oh, when I pass away, I'm gonna be buried here. And I'm like, oh, please don't say that, man, because I don't want to cry. But it says, I'm not planning to die very soon. I'm like, okay, good. And the EPK, the Electronic Press Kit featurette of the remake, it's just great. I actually have a soft spot for the remake, and just seeing these interviews that I haven't seen before, it just sounds good. And also seeing that B-roll footage of the remake, it's just great. Also forgot to highlight, Jason X also has a audio mix issue with that has some sound effects. The sound effects of the Sleeping Bag Girls are missing, so their comedic yells are not there. So again, Shopify's gonna replace them. So yeah, I mean, so I know there's a lot of people who are disappointed. Oh, not a lot actually, a couple people. And of course, it's great that you're expressing your disappointment, but I feel that some come off as petty complaints. Of course, what's missing in this set is his name is Jason, which I have on DVD. I'll leave a link down in the description down below. And the Crystal Lake Memories documentary. Well, for those who are still complaining about those two documentaries not being included, have you guys ever heard of this thing called rights issues? But then again, for what we have, holy shit, guys, this is amazing. This is like what, 20, 30 hours of bonus features? This is insane. And there's also, I've already seen a bunch of people on social media and on Twitter just attacking Shout Factory over the glitches. Again, it happens. I mean, here's the thing. The pandemic hit us. They even said themselves that the pandemic had an impact in this set. I wanted to make this review. I wanted to post this review on the Friday when this set came out. And unfortunately, I got 2 discs that were damaged and I got them replaced, luckily. But am I just gonna send death threats and just call and just say fuck you or just harass Shout Factory for it? No, I basically did an adult thing and just contacted them to customer service and asked for replacement discs, sent them pictures, and they shipped me free replacement discs for your purchase. So, but yeah, that's all I gotta say. The glitches happen, but hey, they're getting it replaced. Thankfully they've heard everybody's complaints, so that's great. Just here's the thing, guys. I'm glad this is not happening right now, or I kind of see it happening with them harassing them, but don't send them death threats. Don't send them death threats. Don't say fuck you. But then again, I'm noticing people are saying this is unacceptable, Shout Factory, fuck you to them on Twitter. No, don't seriously. If you do that, then you need to get a life. Seriously. So if I were to get the video rating, I'll give each film a perfect 10 out of 10. Perfection. Same thing goes for the audio. If I were to give the audio rating, I'll give it perfect 10 out of 10. Special features, 10 out of 10. It's everything that you would want. So with the exception of these glitches, it looks like this is my home video release of 2020. So I'm guessing with some of my little defense comments, I'm pretty sure I offended a couple of people, especially since I kind of disagreed with a famous 4K reviewer, which I'm pretty sure you guys know who I'm talking about. And well, according to the Blu-ray forums and people who are who are more into the Blu-ray and 4K business, well, not in the Blu-ray forums, I know for a fact they don't like this guy at all. You share his YouTube channel on Blu-ray forums, they're just gonna say, oh, this dude, why are you sharing his videos? But yeah, that's my review for Friday the 13th Collection Deluxe Edition. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Then thank you guys so much for watching my video. So this is Javi from my production signing up, and I hope you guys enjoyed the show.